All right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. Glad to be with you this morning and every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on our YouTube channel. This is your first time here. Make sure to hit that like button if you like these videos. Subscribe to our channel, to our notifications so you don't miss anything. Just a heads up, we do a Morning Note video, 9 a.m. live every market day. And then on the weekends, we do a market recap. So we're here with you every single week. Glad to be with you again. Let's go ahead and get to work, guys. We got PPI that came in today. So let's start with the news this morning. Got some stuff here. Let's go over it. All right, PPI came out at 8:30 a.m. If this is your first time here, what you're staring at right now is the Discord server that we have. And the live market blog where I post all the news and we post charts and everything like that and updates and then watch lists, that's free for everybody. If you are interested, make sure to check out the comments below for access. It's free for all. United States PPI month over month for the month of November. Remember, we're doing 1 month behind. 0.0%. No inflation. Expected was 0.1%. The previous was negative 0.4. So month over month actual 0.0 versus the negative 0.5%. Let's see, PPI year over year, 0.9%. We're sub 1% versus the 1.3 previous. PPI month over month actual, like we talked about, 0 over 0. I think what this first one here means that PPI month over month November, I think that's core. So that's 0.0 on both. Core PPI for the year is 2% versus 2.4%, again, softer than expected. This is the lowest headline gain for PPI since June of this year. This is the lowest core PPI inflation number since December 2021. So that is what we got this morning in terms of PPI. Some other news: the Tesla has received updated guidance from the IRS. The Model 3 rear-wheel drive and long range will lose its entire $7,500 federal EV tax credit starting January 1, 2024. Tesla previously thought the EV credit for those trims would be cut to $3,750, but now their interpretation is zero. Take delivery by December 31st to get your full tax credit on those Teslas. Tesla has already updated their Model 3 configuration page in the US with this new language. Apple starting to push higher. This was a name that we talked about. We filled that yesterday. We are in the money. We filled the 195 calls for next week. We bought time like we did with AMD. So again, if you have, again, I don't want to jinx it, but we did catch Boeing yesterday, traders, if you guys remember. So we did catch Boeing. I didn't mess that up. I went in the money as well. But same deal applies. I'll let everyone know on the premium signals and basic, again, if you're above 50, 60%, we're in the money now. So I don't know exactly where these options will be. Granted that we have the Fed at 2 p.m. today. We also have Powell at 2:30. So the day really hasn't started yet, to be honest. So Apple's moving higher again. Let's go ahead and take a look quickly at it because we do have options open. And yeah, we're pretty much breaking out now. So 196.64. Again, I still think 198 is coming. I only bought time to be conservative. I did that with AMD. So again, kind of the same approach here. Again, if you see profit above 40, you want to take it, just go ahead and take it. But we'll update you as we go. And if you want to hold it, that's fair. But keep in mind, the Fed is at 2. Anything could change. So my recommendation, as always, leave a runner and then enjoy your life. That's really it. Take this one and enjoy. Let's go around the horn. Dow futures up 75 points. NASDAQ up 0.35%. Dow hit new 2023 highs. SPY hit new 2023 highs. QQQ hit new 2023 highs. That was all at close yesterday. So now we're adding to it. Dollar index down 0.12%, 103.73. Thank you to the softer PPI. 1223 on the VIX. That's up about 1%. 10-year Treasury yields, we're now below 4.2%. Getting close. 1905 on Russell. Crude oil 68.93, up 0.47%, 198.41 for gasoline futures, up 0.22%. Gold futures are up 0.35%, now at 2,000. That's going to move with the Fed. Anything dollar, priced is going to move. Silver up 0.04 at 23.02. Copper Let's see, 23.78. That's flat this morning. Euro dollar is up 4 pips, 108. Flat, 145.05, down 42 pips for dollar yen. Dollar Canadian dollar down 37 pips, 135.53. Thank you to oil, 125.40 for pound dollar. Bitcoin is moving a little higher. Coinbase will now be letting people outside the US use their platinum to buy spot Bitcoin. So that's a positive. 41,720, 2203 for Ethereum, up 0.30%. Good morning, all. Let's go ahead and get to the questions. Let's see. Let's fucking go 347. There you go. Do you expect any big sell-off after the huge rally? That's where I wanted to speak on. Remember we talked about RSI yesterday, and that RSI was getting overbought. We did that on the radio, I believe. We talked about that. Let's take a look at the daily. We are now breaking above the March 2022 highs. That was kind of the last marker for S&P. All-time highs is there. Powell today, depending on what he says, will either get us overbought where we're at overbought, which we are, and we'll get a pullback, which is fair. That would actually be kind of nice, reset those premiums. Or it's going to confirm that we're going to rally a lot higher. And if Powell is very dovish, meaning they're saying that they're going to stop, raising rates, that's already done, because they never said, they hit their target either. And 2% inflation is not here yet, at least with CPI. But you're going to have one or two scenarios. One, we're overbought and we're going to flush, and we're probably going to get back down to 45.57. All right, retest that trend line here that we have on SPX. That's scenario A. I think it's a pretty likely scenario based on the technicals. So again, I'm kind of holding back a little bit of my excitement for Powell because the last time he did speak, we soared 9.3% on the S&P. Really, since the day he spoke, then that was the best in I think in a couple years. Let me get you that info. Let me get the exact setup here. I had it here. I wrote it down here. Here we go. S&P 500 rallied 9.6% since the last Fed meeting, the best inter-meeting performance since June to August of 2009. And that's when they pivoted as well. That was the crisis. That was the bottom rally. So kind of have scenarios very, very kind of like parallel. But again, we are guys. So again, guys, we pull back, we take out some risk. Don't try to get too heavy. If you get in and we soar, then I'm going to look dumb. So again, I still think we go high, obviously, until the end of the year. Really, Paulito or Powell is going to go ahead and do that for us. We'll I the fact that we're overbought because we keep projecting and we get there, it's up for this, and that's okay. Reasonably speaking, after the 15th when we start cooking anyway. So here would reset some options premiums, give everyone a breather, and that's kind of what everyone's prepared for. No, don't get caught up in the sell-off. Right. Again, not sell-off strategy. If we pull back a little bit, that's actually kind of welcomed at the end of the day too. Nothing burger. And look this morning and tells. All right, we start with Helen first. These studies. Get this out of here. We'll remove this. Okay, perfect. Let's go to the daily. We're still below the 50, guys. I still like it long to the upside, obviously. But we still need to get above at least 18.12 for Palantir to go a little higher, and below 17 for us to short. Tesla, we talked about that tax break thing. It is down about $2, the tax credit. So we kind of are at near support here around 230. Just not much to do there really until you get above 252. Maybe above 245 we can talk, but until then, you're just going to have to wait that out. Audio is funky. Testing. I do have my AirPods on. Maybe I just need to switch AirPods. Audio is funky. Okay, give me a second. Let me see if I can fix this for y'all. Preferences. Top of the morning. Okay, how's this? All right, I went ahead and switched the mic out. I went ahead and used the iMac mic instead of the AirPods. Much easier anyways. All right, see, the reason I didn't do this before is I have my little pup here. I don't have him with me now, but he'll get loud, and then, trying to at least give you guys a little bit of Better sound quality at least. So much better. All right, so see the AirPods? I'm just gonna toss. No, they're fine, but I'm not gonna use them for the morning note at all. Maybe I should just invest in a good microphone, attach it to the table here. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. I'll go ahead and invest in a nice microphone if this microphone isn't the best. Sure, let's go ahead and chart Coinbase. Again, that news came out regarding the spot index and all that good stuff. Not really moving here. Get above 150. I mean, I think that's where we can start looking at Coinbase again. I'm going to put alert at 150.36. That breaks the highs of 2023. And then we could start targeting, you know, possibly 176 or so. Not even, maybe 160. We're not going to go too crazy either. Let's go to the daily. 150.36. 176 is that gap fill. So that'll be our target on the daily. I'm going to go ahead and mark that gap fill so we can, if Bitcoin starts to move, we can use that as a nice target. But it looks great here, but just get me above 150.36 is all. Sorry about the mic, guys. My apologies. We can be overbought for years. Yeah, that is so true, Ryan. You're not wrong on that end. You can be overbought. But again, if you're just being a trader here, tactical, and you're trying to take advantage of every move, and you're trying to, I guess, anticipate these moves, yeah, a pullback isn't the worst thing in the world, and it wouldn't be that surprising, to be honest. Again, they're just indicators, and indicators lag at the end of the day, so let's not put too much faith into them either. If you guys remember, I shorted QQQ, I think it was last week, and we were overbought too, and I got cooked on those. So, you know, the bulls right now don't give a damn about your overbought, oversold, RSIs, PPIs. Remember when PPI and CPI was so important? And I said a couple weeks ago that the inflation reports, we know where we're going. It's not important anymore that the good news is going to help. Now the good news is expected. That's the problem. So now we're kind of beholden to, let's just hope there's no bad news instead of let's hope for some good news. I think that's kind of where the market is since we're priced in so high. I mean, QQ's above 400, S&P futures, at least the March contracts are at 4,700. The Dow is almost at all-time highs, guys. Now, Dow futures are actually above the all-time highs, but the Dow Jones Index and the S&P are only a stone's throw away. So now you kind of have to justify, well, what do we think about 2024? I mean, can we justify higher, and we're going to go higher? Is everything going to work out for us? A lot of things priced in. Again, I've said stay bullish the whole time for now. Yes, you get some pullbacks here and there, like in July and in October, like we talked about with seasonality. Seasonality after the 15th. That's when we start cooking. That's when all-time highs, in my opinion, will start being in play. I don't think we're going to get to all-time highs today unless Powell starts saying, you know what, buy stocks, be happy, everyone's rich, or something crazy like that, which I doubt. Nah, I think more like you'll probably get some chop and a pullback. The more puts pile up, the higher we go. Well, that depends because insurance is still insurance for a lot of people. And insurance is very cheap. You could take a look at the VIX. So yes, short squeezes can move, but again, you can't have crowded trades either. 2022 was very crowded. And then in tech stocks, what happened? We pulled back. Obviously, higher interest rates, a ton of stuff happened. But again, those scales start tipping. Things get oversold. Things get overbought. That's our job here to kind of see, you know, kind of read the tea leaves and see exactly what's next. We're trying to anticipate. This is a great move. Don't get me wrong. I mean, very exciting, obviously. But now we got to wait for Powell and the Fed to confirm that Santa's coming to town. IWM needs to pipe up. That's right. IWM has a lot of work to do. But at least it's heading in the right direction, 187. We're starting to get the broadening of the rally. For example, airlines have been doing okay. Banks have been doing okay. So, you know, get above 190. Maybe we can start targeting 197. Again, I still like the Russell, but I'd rather do futures. But IWM's getting very close. Let's see if we get above 188, 189. That'll be this clear resistance that we previously had. But once you get above 195, guys, it's looking like a breakout. And then 200 will probably be heading soon. So 2024, year of the IWM. Yes, yes. Ryan gets it. He understands. Small caps and China. That's going to be our thesis for 2024, at least for opportunities for profit. Those Chinese stocks are absolutely been destroyed. So all the names that have been hit, we're going to keep an eye for next year and see if we get rotation in. Small caps being one of them. I know small caps were part of the top 10 of 2023, but Microsoft has been there like 9 times in a row. So we love Microsoft. Upstart, let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, we still got that gap to fill at 46. Let's see if we can get above 40. If we get volume on that, then we can target that gap fill. But as of right now, it seems to be just consolidating on Upstart. But I like it above 40. Above 40, we can target 46. That might be a nice little options trade. Morning, Carlos. Were you able to find any resources on historical IV data for companies? Oh, let me see. I totally forgot about that. Let's see. I don't know about IV, implied volatility. In the history of, in like the stock's history, their IV, I don't think you can find that. I think what you find is IVs in terms of ahead of earnings, for example. So that'll probably more of the historical pattern, in my opinion. You know what? One place I think would have it would be bar chart. Let's see if I can find it here. Bar chart. Let's see. Options. Yeah, so check this out. Bar chart is actually great. They're a great Twitter follow, by the way. So you got market pulse, IV percentile, and rank. You have that, but it's also came up here. That's why I wanted to show you guys, or show you, plays with fire. He's in our he's a student in masterclass, by the way, everybody. Again, you have a couple of different ways to take a look at things. Let me see highest implied volume, unusual options volume. I know I saw history here, option price history. Okay, so this is bar chart Premier. The assumption here is that they have a bunch of historical stuff. Here we go. Data available back to January 3rd, 2017. So here you go, Plays with Fire. Bar chart Premier. It's 30-day free trial. Check them out. See if it works out for you. You can even move it to Excel. This is not a paid advertisement for bar chart. But again, if that's kind of the data you're looking for, that's probably the best way to start. So bar chart, shout out to them. FinViz, I don't know. I do have FinViz Pro, but I'm going to check it right now. Let's see. Bar chart has a little more data into it, but let me see. Back test, maybe? No. Let's see. Elite. Extended hours. Yep. Advanced charts. Oh, yeah. Back test. Oh, you got that. Correlations. Advanced screener. Let's see. I assume the back testing would help, but it doesn't say anything about options. So let's see. So there's nothing with options here in terms of like your back test, IV, and all that stuff. Now, this is interesting. I didn't know we had real-time and extended hours. Nice. Well, it's definitely worth it, FinViz, in my opinion. I like FinViz. It renews in January, so I'm definitely going to keep it. But I didn't see anything with options. I think bar chart is probably your best bet on that end. Thanks. Mostly I just want to see if a company's historical IV so I know when it's low. Some companies I know because I follow. Nice to have access to the database. Thanks for looking out. You're welcome. You're welcome. You have a little chop on the audio. By the time the comments post, it normally clears up. Just FYI. There you go. That sucks. Everything is in tape delay, I guess. That's the internet for you. But thank you for the heads up. Let's see. Palo Alto Networks. Daily, I mean, can't really do much technical patterns there on a daily. Yeah, I mean, even Broadcom, right? Avgo, same thing. What do we do here? Do we just continue to chase? It's tough to call it here. I mean, it's a breakout, but the problem is that it's all-time highs. Do you just want to keep chasing all-time highs, or do you want to wait for dips on these? I don't know where the options volume is. I do know Broadcom is expensive. How's this? Wait until the Fed. That's kind of the best response I can give you guys for Avgo and or Broadcom and Palo Alto Networks. Because if you get a pullback with the Fed, you may get a chance to go back to all-time highs. If you wanted to play the long game, maybe buy some long-term options. But just wait for that, I would say. I just wouldn't want to add risk. You never know. You really never know what the hell this guy is going to say that might. And forget what he says. It's the market reaction at the end of the day. It's all perception. Powell could say something at the press conference that could be taken completely out of context, and the market is already moving. And that's fine for futures, but for options, tick, tick. that time is passing regardless. So again, that's going to be hurting those contracts. So wait and see approach. That's the best bet. Guys who have Apple calls, I'll update you guys right now about what to do. But for the most part, it's more than likely going to be probably about 75, maybe 80%. It is in the money. If it's a bag, that's great. Leave a runner. It is for next week. So we'll see what we get. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Thanks again so much for your time. We will catch you guys tomorrow for the next morning notes. Thursday, we have some retail sales and we have unemployment claims. Not as heavy as a PPI or CPI, obviously, but we'll go and talk about it. And I'll see you guys later on the Discord. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you then. Cheers. Yeah.